Pretty good.
Grown Man Record Night is broadcast before a live studio audience.
Fruity. That was Portuguese.
Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night. We're just excited as shit to have you joining us here on a Friday night where we get our jollies, our kicks, our giggles with music albums and record talk here live in the program. We got Steve Fever back joining us for the first time in, we call it a Coons Age down here in North Carolina.
Oh, it's been like a month, hasn't
It's
it?
been a long time, man.
But the sad thing is I was kind of a single guy for the last 3 weeks, but you were out of town or I was out of town.
Out of town, and then I had a week where I was on call.
You had to work one week.
Yeah.
So it was just a bad time in business. But I was able to do some things around
so
the house.
what was you up to?
Well, went down to Atlanta, picked up my girls from camp, and then I took them down to Atlanta to hang out with Grandma for a week.
That's cool.
And put up some shelves, and you've got one.
Yeah.
And I got two of them, and I got them up in the basement and moved all my jazz and my funk records downstairs.
Yeah, I really want to do this weekend, actually.
Did you get my picture?
I did. I'm bringing it in right now. So let's look. 3, 2, 1. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So these things are fucking enormous.
They're nice. It took up the whole wall in someone's office.
So that's actually 2 right there.
That's 2 of the 3,
okay.
and the third one looks just like the one on the left.
Right. That's the one I got over here.
And you've got one here.
How many records do you think that holds? It's enormous.
It's enormous.
I've only got one shelf on here on the wall that'll hold the thing. But
those are longer shelves, and I wonder about the weight.
All I know is I'm stoked as shit to finally be able to fill something up again.
Those aren't filled, so you see I've got a good distribution going there.
Like cocaine distribution.
And I'm also building a loft.
I didn't download that one.
I didn't send it to you.
You texted it to me.
Oh.
But I didn't download it.
My daughter said before she left that she wanted a loft in her room, and I told her she needed a cleaner room so I could work in there.
Sure.
She did not.
Oh.
So I kind of hemmed and hawed about it and finally decided it's still something I should do.
Oh.
So I'm nearly done, but I still have some more work to do.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
I'll share you a picture when it's finished.
Okay. I like lofts, man. I always dug them in college. Me and Cameron never had one.
We had a little thing going.
You built them,
Me
huh?
and a couple other guys would build lofts for anybody. We had a co-ed dorm at Georgia, and we would build a loft in mainly a girls' room who would just buy us the beer.
Yeah.
So she'd buy us a couple 12-packs or whatever, and we'd, put up a loft.
Yeah. Cat just jumped.
So we had it down to an art form.
You've been watching the Olympics?
I have, because it's my job.
Yeah.
My job.
I've been watching.
So I really felt like I wanted to take some time during this time. I wanted to take some time off, but it's more like a sweeps for me because it's so important for an NBC affiliate to kind of promote themselves as best they can, and I think we've done a good job doing that. So.
What's been your thing that you've noticed the most in the Olympic Games?
What have I noticed the most?
Yeah. I mean, what's really jumped out at you?
Just how, like when it comes to like swimming and gymnastics, just how overall, just disgustingly dominant we are.
Yeah.
Overall, just no competition whatsoever. I think the gymnast, we got the coach who used to be Nadia Comaneci's coach.
Okay.
The Romanians. The Romanians had like one member this year, or something crazy like that. And Romania used to be a powerhouse.
And you know what I've noticed?
What?
Am I going to have to be the one that says it? I'm going to have to be the one that says it. Speaking of gymnast, that little African American girl has a penis.
She has a penis.
I've spent 7-8 days straight in a row now looking at her penis, and I'm like, I know everybody in America is also looking at this, but yet when I run into people at work or at the store or my family, nobody's mentioning that the little gymnast
Do you
girls.
bring it up at the store?
No, I keep waiting for somebody else to bring it up, and that's why I'm saying I'm gonna have to be the one to do this. I've spent several days in a row staring at this girl's penis. It's I mean, it's a penis. I don't know what else you can call that that downstairs business. Then it's a penis. I mean, I'm not a smart man. I'm just kidding. I'm a really smart man. But that's I mean, you know, I know what a penis is. What are we doing here?
Well, I'm sorry I missed last week.
Yeah.
You were just back from Chicago. I missed all your exploits about that or whatever. So.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. It was the greatest time I ever had.
I love Chicago. It's my favorite big city.
Yeah. Oh, Kitty's yowling.
Yeah.
Kitty. Okay. We get it, Kitty.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Get off the records. Hey,
I think
the explainer.
I think she wants something.
Kitty's explaining something. All right. Well, if you can't explain it any better than that, I can't do anything to help you. Hey, I got a great, exciting thing I want to bring up. This cat's going to keep interrupting me. I don't know if I can do it, though.
No, really, I love cats.
But no, I've been working on a little secret project here lately related to the show.
A secret project?
Secret project, and I want to bring this up. Don't make the cat yowl, Jay. I'm telling a story.
At least not on the mic.
So in the last few days, I've been working on a Grown Man Record Night website. And it's a freebie website. It's not like I didn't buy the .com yet. I may one of these days. But so I'm working on like a little free website thing. And so what we're going to do is it's not live yet, but once I make it go live, we're going to post all the current episodes.
Well, you should go ahead and get your name in there. It's only $15 or something. And you know you're going to do this. So
not through this service, though. So I just wanted to get if nobody's going to look at it, I'm not going to pay $15. You know. But anyhow, we're going to post the shows that we do every week, plus anything else that we want to say. Any of us here that's you got an idea for you just want to write an article, you got something to get off your mind. We're talking concert reviews, album reviews. Or, hell, you got a good burger recipe you want to throw out there. Or you played a great new video game, whatever it is. You want to write something up and send it in, and we'll put it on the website. And that goes for all of our friends of the program as well. Anybody out there that's got you want to take the time to sit down and review an album or a magical concert that you went to recently and you want to talk about it, send us a little write-up and we'll put you on the website. Also, any great VC videos out there. Like I just watched Metal Theologian's Coltrane video a couple weeks ago, last weekend. Great video. Very inclusive of a lot of different Coltrane records and some shit I wasn't as familiar with. That would be a great one to kind of throw up on there. So we're looking for anybody, friends of the program, that wants to have their shit put up there. Where it can be video, it can be an article, it can be just several lines, a review, a video, whatever. And so it's exciting. We're going to launch it up, coming up here shortly. I'm just kind of screwing around with it and seeing what kind of format we can get to make it work.
Light your farts and send them to us.
Whatever, man.
Video.
It can be, this is a record show, but I mean, look at all the dumb shit we talk about. It ends up branching way out from there, and that's why the shit's an hour and 20 minutes long. Because if we just went, here's the record, and here's the record, and here's the record, that would be a 20-minute show, and nothing that I'm going to watch unless it's records that I really want to see. That's when the record you're showing becomes the star of the program. You know what I mean? And if you start showing clunker records that I don't give a shit about, click, I'm off of it. But hopefully, it's the bullshit in between that'll keep you hanging around until you do see something you like.
We pepper our clunker records with all this other stuff.
Boy, that belch right there smelled real bad.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, Steve.
Did you see the meteor shower last night?
That was too late for me.
I didn't see it. I recorded it with a GoPro, or had Ben record it with a GoPro.
Like a camera?
What?
Supplemental income?
What?
Like a time lapse thing?
A night lapse, they call it.
A night lapse.
It's a time lapse.
That's what I figured. What else we want to talk about before we talk about what we played this evening?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just, you know.
How about politics?
Politics, Jay?
I don't want to talk about politics. We get enough of that.
I like this Donald Trump guy. He's spunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I thought that's who was coming over here tonight. You said you had somebody was coming over, and I thought it was Trump. Because you said,
Jay's gonna bring little
but they didn't.
little
you didn't-
friends
they didn't
over
say
here
what time
now.
they were coming, and so I thought that sounds like Donald Trump.
Jay's got some. Jay knows some people.
Actually,
All right. Oh, I didn't bring that up, so everybody stand by.
For what?
Tell us a story, Steve.
About what?
Well, I don't know. I'm just looking for this graphic.
Oh, I brought a flute back.
a
with
flute
me.
back.
Yeah, from Atlanta. My sister gave me a flute. My youngest daughter is going to play flute this year.
She's going to be a flautist.
I've been looking for a good flute, and it's a student flute. And
Middle school band,
yes.
equivalent thereof.
Yeah,
There
equivalent
too.
thereof.
Yeah, the reason the show, if you listen to the music stream before we get into this bullshit here, the reason we're late this evening is girlfriend's kiddo Abigail, friend of the program. She's done some singing for us on here before. She's 14-year-old this evening.
Really?
Yeah, went over to not this evening actually, but went over and ate some Japanese food, like right in front of you.
Did he toss it in his hat?
You pay extra money for interruptions. Yeah. Here comes the choo-choo train. Choo 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 choo. Did that scare you? Yeah, you did. You slapped your fucking scapula on the damn. Did I say scapula? What's that? Your wing bone? That's what a scapula is. A wing bone.
Wing bulb.
Yeah. Anyhow, but it's a good time. We have a good time over there, and
Sounds like it.
he looked like James from Big Brother.
It's an international city you live in.
This neighborhood is. That's for damn sure.
A lot of international business goes on in High Point.
Yeah, got a lot of heroin over here.
True.
All right, let's talk about what we played.
That probably goes with all that importing from the rugs from the Middle East and furniture from
What,
whatever.
hair pieces?
They probably slide some opiates in there as well.
Stand by, I gotta switch the audio channel on this. Because I just now brought in this graphic of what we played. So like I said, we got in here kind of late this evening.
You have to load the show every time.
It's been acting funny, and where it normally saves everything, but lately it's not been doing that. But I think this time it may have actually taken. Borscht. I've been having a lot of problems here with power in my house, like breakers and shit. Plus I've been having trouble with Ustream and computers. I think I got enough. You watch Better Call Saul?
No,
No?
I think you're regressing.
Michael McKean in the show
Michael
thinks that he's very allergic to electromagnetic, so he makes everybody put their cell phones out in the mailbox and wears these space blankets because he's afraid of the electromagnetic, and it hurts him. I think I'm getting to that point. There's something going on here. I don't know. So anyhow, I came in all late and threw this dig of the week from last week on Big City by Merle Haggard. Damn good Merle Haggard record. Put on the side A because I'd not listened to it at all yet. Very, very good record. Classic Merle here. And look at the boots, baby. Boots and that denim dick, son. Woo! Denim dick. Band name, copyright 2016. Don't try it. Don't try it, anybody. Denim dick's all mine.
I want that on my T-shirt.
I want it on my
Don't try it.
I want it on my
Them dicks
tombstone.
all mine.
I want it on my tombstone. Here lies Michael Miller, denim dick. Oh, honey hush.
Oh,
Also picked up a. This is a dig of the week from last week as well. We played the side one on the program right afterwards last week. It's that Kingsman, the second Kingsman record.
Okay.
Steve, if you wasn't here.
Is that Louie people?
Yeah, the second, the first one's that purple one with Louie, and they all look like compilations because they say Volume 1, Volume 2, but they're not. They're two records that they did.
Okay.
And if you remember, I told the story last week, but
I wasn't here.
they're where Sun Records come from. Sun Records. They're where Sun amplifiers come from.
The Sun-O stuff?
And, well...
Oh, the Sun-O band from Sun Amps.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Kingsman started touring out. Bass amplifiers weren't loud enough. The brothers that were in the band built their own, and they become Sun amplifiers.
Really?
Later bought by Fender, and then immortalized by Sun, the band.
How much do I owe you for that information? It was good.
That's good stuff. That's the fourth or fifth time I've told it on the show. But
is this how you drink beer now since you went to the ball game?
yeah, I got a bunch of these. This is actually from Wrigley Field.
You brought it back from Wrigley?
Yeah, a big stack of them.
Did you go around
Hefty.
after the game and
Yeah, we go to the stands and clean the stands up.
We didn't have to do that.
Hey, did the birds come? Don't the birds come at the
We
end?
saw some birds in the Jewel
Bunch of,
Osco
like
parking
seagulls
lot.
and shit.
We saw them in the Jewel Osco parking lot when we were buying our old style. Right up
Did
by
you
where
see,
you
like-
touch the elephant.
But did you see like water birds? That's what I always find fascinating because it's near the Great Lakes.
It wasn't crazy. I mean, we saw. There's seagulls.
I'm just used to seeing them at the ocean. Big
Well,
bodies, big
that's
bodies of
pretty
water.
much an ocean.
Well, sure.
That's pretty much. That's pretty much an. Well,
Used to.
I don't have to tell you. These growing pain jokes do anything for anybody?
I used to live on the north side of Chicago, Fort Sheridan.
Oh, that's right.
And it was right on the lake. It was like there was like a ravine that dropped like 50 feet to the lakefront.
It was cool. It was hot up there. Not really, but I mean, it always had that nice, cool little breeze coming off the lake.
Right.
You can see why people go apeshit in Chicago in the summertime when it's nice and cool but warm for them, and because I thought it was like, man, I could seriously move up here, and somebody was like, yeah, the winters are,
Yeah, you gotta be able to handle the winter.
yeah. I mean,
That's the test. If you can do that, you're good.
you get up there and get on the train. Look at that girl's butt ball. We're watching Friday the 13th. You can see that girl's butt ball coming out of it. Next record we played was the Dave Pike set. One of my favorite records I own. Infrared.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fusiony, not proggy, fusiony, crowdy jazz. 72 BASF, German label, right? BASF, that's a German thing, right?
Tape company.
A tape machine.
They went on to do cassette tapes at BASF. Let me see.
Yeah, I picked that up early in my record collecting days because I just thought it looked cool, and later I've now realized how great of an album that really is. I mean, obviously I knew it from listening to it the first time, but it's insane. Like how it's a top 3 or 4 jazzy fusion album I have for sure. Yeah.
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 This is a great album.
You know, this is how I drank beer in Wrigley Field. The guy out in the crowd.
He pours it.
He would pour it for you out in the, and he wore like the work shirt with the Budweiser thing on it, hat on the back of his head, and we would holler, "Beer here!" and he would come up to us, pull out a wad of money, and we'd,
Beer here. You have to add the here.
because we live in the 1930s.
Beer here.
I was going to spend this money at the haberdashery, but I think I'll have me a nice cold frosty one.
I was going to take my my cherry pie to the movie, but I spent it on this draft.
Rape. Your little dollar Queensryche I pulled out, and it blows me away every time I put it on. From what I understand now, this is the what would be the first Queensryche album, in that they released it as a demo, but it didn't come out till later, and then the label actually put out what was their demo, and the demo EP, maybe even a 4-track job. You think it's better than 4-track, Jay? A 16-board, 16-pot Mackie? Is that what we're talking here? But it was pretty good. And I picked that up kind of off a whim. I'm like, oh yeah, Queensryche, yeah, I remember them, and I know Queensryche, and I put it on, and I'm like, do I know Queensryche? Much more proggy than '80s hair metal bands. You would think, you know. Oh, beer drinking.
Scarf.
And well, after that, I put on a King Curtis Instant Groove. Love some King Curtis. I played side 2. This is 69 on Atlantic. African American gentleman smoking a cigarette on the back. Got to show that, Jay. I played side 2. Nowhere near as good as the first side. It was a lot slower and more mellow, but I'll keep that in mind. I didn't remember that, but next time I'll remember King Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
Memphis Soul Stew, King Curtis.
Right.
But I'll keep that in mind for the show, especially. Side 1 is going to be where you want to be at on that record. Now, Japanese food. Hoi. Yo, son. Hey. None punch but foot but leg punch.
You want white sauce?
I had some white sauce.
Yes, you did.
Also known as Japanese
Americans
mayonnaise.
love that white sauce.
Yeah, because it's fucking mayonnaise with some shit in it.
With sugar in it.
I'm
honey.
gonna put it all over my rice.
There's a lot of sweetness in there.
and mayonnaise. It's as thick as South Carolina semen. So Jay insisted I pulled out a little Dire Straits, and so of course I pulled out
Self-titled.
ST and played the side I don't normally play because Sultans of Swing is one of my favorite rock and roll songs of all time. I played the other side, so side A on this one, which includes Down to the Waterline, Water of Love, Set Me Up, Six Blade Knife, Southbound Again, which are all just, you think this is one of the more country offerings from Mark Knopfler. And that's why Jay said play it. It's his birthday today.
Don't know if I'm
So-
gonna leave a hole.
That
Oh, well,
sounds
okay, well,
like,
I think we should do a little slag for Mark Knopfler.
and I'll tell you, I love Mark Knopfler, and I love Dire Straits, and it's something that always kind of gave me, kind of connected me with Mark Knopfler, especially as I was coming out and playing guitar and stuff.
Jay Atkins.
Yeah. Well, I realized that Mark Knopfler plays with his fingers, and almost as if he's pretending he has a pick. So he's like kind of putting these fingers together and using it like he's got a pick.
Yeah.
And that's how I play.
Okay.
Mostly out of laziness because I'm like, where's a pick? Okay, fuck it. And
Yeah.
I pick it up and start playing.
Right.
And I kind of act like I have a pick.
Right.
And
you know, Jimmy Page has a modified version of that where he plays a lot with his thumb, but it also has the pick. It's kind of a dual.
that's what made
roll.
me. I always wanted to really get into like the thumb pick, but I just never felt as natural as
No.
doing that.
Yeah.
But I would
It takes some practice.
hit that mug.
I don't know anything about it. This is Uncatchable
That's got the brewmaster's signature on it.
Wilkesboro. He signed it.
Yeah, he signed it.
I don't know. What's that all about?
The gentleman that makes it. Back in the day, you wrote your name on it. That was a damn good as a warrant. See how far I tilted my head down when I said it? Oh, almost a concussion. Almost gave myself a concussion.
It's a good tasting moonshine.
It's a good base. Okay. What is?
It's straight.
Yep. A white lightning.
What is it about?
Good for what ails you.
About 95 proof? 110? What is that? All right then.
I think my esophagus is cut. It burned down there further than it normally does. Like tier 2. We got like a tier 2 burn.
Let me see.
Down from where throat babies come from. So I said, this is why about when,
100 proof. 101.
this is that one I said tastes way stronger than what it really is.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
still, it's got that rubbing alcohol on the back end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if some of these folks these stories aren't just made up by some marketing company. You know, this
Sure.
guy
I mean,
never
wouldn't you?
existed. Clay calls uncatchable.
So this is about when Steve came in. I was like, hey man, we need to put on a good jazz record. We ain't put on a jazz record in a little bit now. And Steve pulled out this mug here. Now this is actually going to be, if I'm not mistaken,
It's a dig.
this is actually a dig of the week.
It's actually, you know what this actually is? A bargain bin.
Now, of course I didn't load that in.
But you don't have to.
Oh, no, fuck
You don't
that,
have to.
Steve.
It's got a split seam on the
Hang on,
it's
stop talking.
It's a
Now you can talk again. It's a bargain bucket. See, I'm Johnny.
it's a
on the
double
spot.
album
Okay.
on Affinity Records, and I don't know much about
Affinity with an
It's
A?
some piece of shit company.
With an A?
Affinity, yeah,
Okay.
like an Affinity for.
I've never seen that.
It's live in Paris. These are recordings from 1965 in Paris, of course. Made with the same cats that did A Love Supreme.
No, okay.
Uh,
The same lineup.
McCoy Tyner,
Yeah.
Elvin Jones on the drums, Jimmy Garrison on bass. We were listening to that bass.
A lot of
I was like,
comments on the
holy
bass.
crap.
We had some comments on the stream about
On the
bass.
drums
Yeah.
too, man. It's like just an amazing group of guys, and I got it for just like that place. There's a place that we go to that the guy who puts all the records in this antique place.
Yeah.
I guess he decided they weren't selling, so he took everything out and took it to Goodwill, and he restocked it with all new material. So if you haven't been, you really should go.
I do need to do
Because
that.
I picked it pretty well, but I'm sure there are many more gems in there. I just had to stop, at one point.
Speaking of that, let me throw this out. This is a record I had in my hand earlier this week, and I put it back. And listen to this. It's a band that includes Billy Cobham on drums, and the main, I guess, singer, songwriter, guitar player, Bob Weir.
Bob Weir. Hey, Jake, can you give me another? I'm sorry. I appreciate it.
Good.
I'm good, thank you. And I was like, holy
They're
shit.
down below.
Like, holy shit, that check writes its own
Right.
ass. And I just picked it up and put it in my
Is that
hand.
a twisty? I hope so.
And so I started, I just kept going and digging. And then I asked a dude that runs the store, I'm like, hey man, have you heard this? Billy Cobham and Bob Weir? And he's like, yeah, I think it's called Bobby and the Midnights. And he was like, yeah, it's kind of like straight ahead pub rock. Use coaster. Go use coaster on that.
On this. Sorry.
Come on, Steve.
Come on, Steve.
And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'll put it on if you want. So while I finished my digging cycle, he put it on up on the record player.
Yeah.
And he's right. It sounded like James Gang without Joe Walsh,
Okay.
or mixed with Warren Zevon,
Yeah.
Just let me put it this way, and this may be one of the biggest blasphemous things ever. They make Billy Cobham play 4/4. He's just a drummer in the pocket. Bum bum. I'm like, I kept waiting for it.
Yeah.
Here it comes. He's gonna do the thing. Nope, and it never came. And I'm like, that pissed me off more than anything. And I put it back, and I was like, I don't ever see this record again.
Maybe he was trying to show that he could actually do that.
Keep it, stay in the pocket.
Like, yeah, can I actually do that? Let me see if I can do that.
Some guys have
I guess I
trouble
can
staying
do
in the
that.
pocket.
Let me get the hell out of doing that.
I put it back.
Okay.
$4. It wasn't even expensive.
Yeah, I got a record that I should have put back.
But it was just a rock record. I sing. It's just, just a normal. There was no zip of. It didn't feel inspired at all. You know what I mean? There was nothing to it. I ain't got no space in my life for that kind of bullshit, Steve. Last record we put on before we went to the program. Thought I'd get a little fruity. Little Boards of Canada, the Gio Gotti album. This one is just mathematics all over the place on this one, which I love. 2002 on Warp Records.
How do you say that?
Gio Gotti.
Okay. I never really looked at it. I
Open
was
that
like,
guy up
Geo
too.
Daddy or
Everything in there is great to look at. I mean, you can. It's a
that record
triple
That
record.
record put me in a weird mood.
It's a triple record. It's got a,
So mellow
I think
right
it's got
now.
an etching on one side, but it's, I mean,
etching.
look at there. That's all you need to know about it. Is butt, comma, hole. Butt, comma, hole. Oh, that makes me feel good. Let's talk about Dig of the Weeks then.
Hey, boobies on
We got boobies on there. We're watching Friday the 13th on VHS over here.
there. Who's this Jamie Lee Curtis?
That's Halloween's.
Oh, yeah.
Jay.
That was Kevin Bacon.
Jay. So, Steve, you got a bunch of shit for Dig of the Week, don't you?
Hey, I noticed you were watching something really cool right before
Yeah.
we
Oh,
watched
Steve's
Friday
getting
the
up.
13th.
Empty chair. Empty chair.
It's
Empty chair.
I brought this over I brought some VHSs over and
Long time ago, and I
is-
found the bag. While
it's like seven cassette video cassettes. Record of Lotus War. It's an anime,
Yeah, and I'm not
but
familiar
it's
with this.
amazing Dungeons and Dragons story and characters, and it's really well done.
You ever get on Twitch?
No,
Because on Twitch, I've streamed a few people playing games and stuff, and what a lot of times I find it's like a hot chick playing like Grand Theft Auto,
Right.
but she's like in the lobby or just like paused, and like, oh my god, should I have sushi again for dinner? And then people are like, oh my god, you should totally have sushi, and tell me what you get. What's your favorite roll? You know, like it's that kind of shit. But I've also been like, oh, I've been thinking about this game, and so I'll watch somebody actually play it in real time. And be like, oh no, this looks boring or whatever. But last night I realized that they not only have that on there, but you can watch, you can stream Dungeons and Dragons games, which is what I've been talking about for a long time, like live action role playing stuff.
okay.
You can actually watch people play Dungeons and Dragons on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
That's kind of
all
cool.
different role playing games.
So, in addition to the
Table teas.
John Coltrane album, I
Yeah.
bought another jazz record, a Pablo record. And I have another Pablo. It might be Milt Jackson as well, because a lot of these Pablo records is like these guys got together and jammed or something.
Yeah, or it'll be one side one
This is
side the other.
Milt Jackson and Count Basie, the Big Band Volume 2, and apparently there was a long like jam session with Milt Jackson and the Count Basie Orchestra,
Yeah.
and this was a continuance of that, I guess.
Did you get the feeling that it was a like a
It's
late
good.
night session? Or can't
I
tell.
don't know what time of day it was recorded.
I mean, you know, like those Elvis things where it's
yeah, no.
you can even feel that in them. You know,
I
where
don't
it's
think it was quite that loose, but yeah, it's good.
loosen the caboose and tighten the turbine.
There you go. Hey, today I went out and I hit a Goodwill out of town, and they had a lot of Jesus records, but they also had a lot of cha-cha records,
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
a big fan of cha-cha
Of course.
records. I
What
picked
are you
up
saying,
I
Steve?
picked up about 5 of them, and I brought a couple of them to share tonight.
Sometimes these can be pricey. Have you looked these up yet?
Sometimes they can be. I haven't looked them
Yeah.
up yet. This one's actually London Records. It says full frequency stereophonic sound. This is
Cool.
Cuban Moonlight, Stanley Black. It's a little noisy, but it's sometimes I kind of like that when I'm listening to an old like a cha-cha record.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of that.
I
Just-
usually scoff when
it's-
people say, "No, I like the crackles and pops," but there is some
at times,
things.
at times it kind of fits like a little guacamole on the side. Or this one, this one, in addition to being cha-cha, I love the cover, and I think I picked it up mainly because the cover's pretty cool. It's some like fat dude, with
Yeah.
with a dog,
Fat dude.
and he's following this chick, and he doesn't have his shoes on, I think. And he,
I'm gonna turn my hat around so that I don't get sweat zits in
Billy
the same
May,
place.
I think's the guy's name, and it's a Capitol Records release. And I listened to that one. It's pretty clean and
Nice.
You know, it's good. I mean, some of the stuff's kind of canned, and some of it's more authentic. This is one of the more canned. This
Yeah.
one, I don't know. I hadn't listened to it yet, but I had to pick it up just for the cover alone.
Oh wow.
It says "CC Senor Bandido," not Bandito.
with a T, with a D.
Bandido. I don't know if that is
Not with a tango.
Put it on there. It's
Not
great.
with a tango, with a
So
delta.
this one feels totally fake. You know.
Yeah.
Like the Mexicali Brass. Not Mexicali Brass. but
Oh,
What are those guys that played alongside Herb Alpert?
Chubby Chuck and the Mexicali Chili Bar.
Yeah, that's it. What else you got?
I picked up this. It's not in the best shape, and I'll say that. And I almost put it back until I put it on and listened to it. And I don't know shit about this. This is Gene Dozier and the Brotherhood, Blues Power. You ever seen this? You know this guy?
No.
Well, look at the list of tracks on here. It's all like cover stuff. Hunk of Funk, Soul Man, Want to Testify, Cold Sweat, Funky Broadway, Soul Stroll, Mustang Sally, Watermelon Man's on here. One for Best.
That sounds like a good compilation of covers.
Yeah, this came out in '67. So
Is it funky?
These are like funky, soulful, instrumental versions of other people's songs. But it's from '67.
That's nice. Have you listened to the whole album?
No. I just kind of buzzed through it in the store on the headphones,
Okay.
and it's got some crackles and pops. He rates it VG minus, and but it was just a couple of bucks, and I was like, you know what? I almost put it back, but I was like, I got to at least give this a shot. So yeah, man, I was really stoked about that. Do one.
Okay.
I got
I'll do
3 more.
I'm gonna do 2
I got
because they
3
go
more.
together. I picked up a couple of Elvis Costello records I didn't have. This one's called Taking Liberties,
Yeah.
and it's a compilation of stuff, a lot of B-sides and stuff that wasn't released in the U.S. But I do remember this record from back in the day. I think it was 1980.
Yeah.
B-sides and unreleased material, and
This is
great
also
record.
from the Digging Spot, the
yeah.
antique place?
Yep.
Okay.
And another Elvis Costello, Punch the Clock, and this had the first.
I don't know that one.
What? You don't know this one? This
don't
was the
think
one you
so.
probably should know because it
Yeah.
has the first like U.S. top 10 or hit. Every day I write the book.
Oh.
And also, Chet Baker plays trumpet on Shipbuilding on that song, which is a
Oh.
really cool slow song. I do love a lot of Elvis Costello's like slower pieces. My Funny Valentine.
I just know Veronica.
Veronica.
I kept doing that to
Veronica.
Veronica. She never got it. Finally, I was like, look, here's this song. I was like, listen to the song. I was like, that's why I keep saying this over and over again. I don't have an extra chromosome. I know this song, and when I hear your name,
Yeah, that's what
I
you
always
think
think of this
If
song.
You ever meet a Veronica,
But
you're going to think of Veronica.
she was like, oh, you know what? I've never heard that. I was like, wait a minute. Are you telling me you went to college as a very attractive young lady?
Just too young.
Nobody came up to you in college and sang this song or played this
she's
song?
too young.
Where'd you go to college?
Maryland?
Pennsylvania,
She's a Maryland girl.
Florida.
Pennsylvania? She's a Maryland girl. Florida?
Hey, we're pulling for, we got a local girl in the finals tomorrow for the 4x100 relay.
You might be pulling for her.
Kathleen Baker.
I'm pulling for the Russians and everything.
Okay. She's cute as a button. Cute as a button.
Yeah.
Funny to hear.
in
She,
them
she
glamour-
talks so fast because I have to try and get a soundbite from what she says, and it's like she's out of one point into another. And it's just really, she's so like wired. She might be on something.
She looks good in them glamour shots.
Okay
but
then.
real life, she looks like a rake.
You see her Instagram account.
You know, I can't cut that out, right? All right. Oh, I see something down there. I see something you've been playing. But
Don't you have this?
I do.
Okay.
Had that a while. But I'll throw this out. I picked this up. I don't have this. Neil Young, Comes a Time. Doesn't look to be in the best shape.
I have this. What's on here?
It's a return to the country folk rock sound for Neil Young. 72 on Harvest. this is funny. I was kind of looking up the information on this, and it's, all that shit I can say that you can look up yourself. For years, it was rumored Neil had purchased some 200,000 copies of this album because he was unhappy with the sound, owing to damage that occurred to the master tapes during shipment to the mixing facility. That's so crazy. Version of the album is now available as personally remixed by Young from the safety copy of the original master. So he was so pissed off he bought up all the copies.
So you should buy whatever's new.
Probably. But yeah.
What if you put it out on vinyl?
It was released in 78, but recorded in 75 and 77.
Sounds like they were
And that's a 72 up there.
If you had damaged material, you probably would take a while to actually get it put out if you're even going to put it out.
Try to fix it.
Right.
Yeah. But, I'm stoked to have that. I'm a huge Neil Young fan. And I don't mind saying that when I fell in love with him was Unplugged when I was a teenager. I was a teenager when Unplugged came out, and I didn't know Neil Young from a fucking hole in the ground. And I heard Unplugged, and I wanted to hear everything he's ever done. Ain't no shame in it. That's just what happened.
I worked at a Neil Young show when I was in college.
I used to date his autistic son.
Okay. It was the Trans tour. And people hated the Trans tour because he kind of got electronic. But it was a really cool. He did a really cool version of Mr. Soul that was like kind of electronic. It was pretty. I thought it was good. But he did like the whole first part of the show. This weird. He had a news guy in the backstage, and they were doing like remotes and video screen. It was really stupid, and it was all part of that fucking thing he was trying to do with the electronics.
Yeah.
But then the second half of the show, it came out just him and his guitar, his acoustic guitar. He just did an acoustic set, and it was amazing.
Keep on rocking in the Freebird.
That was way before then. Dirty Laundry, we did that song. Me and Cameron. And
I played that with the Joe Riley band when downtown at Scott Cross left.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can do that one. Well, even being drunk and not trying hard, I can do that one.
The bass player never changes a note.
Who was it, Michael Anthony?
Come on.
That always makes Jay mad.
Wolfgang.
They talk shit about Michael Anthony, Jay gets mad. Yeah, dude, I got two more, Steve.
I got two more, dude.
Really? I thought you already went through 10?
No, I don't know how many I went through.
Oh.
You have this record, now I have it. The Blues Project.
Yeah.
Projections.
Dude, it's amazing.
Great record. It's got Wake Me, Shake Me on it, whatever. But this is the Verve Forecast.
Or Forecast or Folkways?
No, it's Folkways. I was really confused trying to figure out what the hell this was. But it's this
Is
one.
yours black and silver?
I think if you took this sticker off, it says Verve Forecast. It would say Verve Folkways.
Huh.
But it's printed Forecast on the back.
Interesting.
But
I don't know
the
what mine
actual
says.
label looks different than anything I've seen. So I don't know what the hell it is. But
Blue
it's a
Psych
cool
Folk.
Blue Psych, and they were a good jam band. This is their
Man.
second LP. Their first LP was a live LP. This is their first studio LP.
No, they see it's not the black and silver. It's that olive. That's not olive. You eat shit for a living, Jay. That is not olive. Yeah, it is. Wow. When you held that up, wow. Then maybe there's something going on with the CCD.
This is the olive one.
If you hold that up to the camera, do that again. Do that again. It looked orange as fuck.
Well, I can see at certain angles it might look orange.
No, I think it was a CCD issue.
Okay. CCD.
Charged coupling device. I don't mean to get...
Yeah?
Hey, I picked up this... I haven't bought a Rare Earth album in a long time, especially one that I don't have. And I don't have this one. And it was real cheap, so I bought it. Rare Earth One World. Special shout out to Ragnar. I know he likes a Rare Earth like I do. This is their fourth album. Came out in '71. The I Just Want to Celebrate became a top 10 gold certified hit. That's probably what you know from this one. But all that, especially the earlier, I thought this like, oh, I've never seen this one. This is going to be a later one. I looked up '71. It's not super early, but that's not late Rare Earth or anything. Who had a bazillion lineup changes over the years. So I'm stoked to pick that up, especially for a couple bucks. That's one of those bands I'm not going to overpay for because you'll run across them if you just bide your time. And sure enough, I did. This one showed up 2 years from the last time I probably picked up a Rare Earth album for $2. And all the other ones I've gotten have probably been $2 or $1 or $3 maybe. Or maybe $3 at the tops. Maybe $3 at the tops. Nope, that's my face. Nope.
So I got one more to show.
Okay.
This was actually the 2013 reissue of it's a various artists. It's Zabriskie Point, a movie soundtrack that featured Pink Floyd as well as Jerry Garcia. Now the stuff Jerry Garcia played was all improv. They call it, in fact, it's called Improv 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. It's just him and his guitar, and he's just kind of picking around.
I'm just picking around.
I think there's 3 songs on. There's about five or six Pink Floyd songs, but there's 3 that you can't normally find anywhere else.
Yeah.
That are on this. The movie was 1970 maybe. It was. Some people call it the worst movie ever made.
Really?
A lot of it. This is the one I was telling you is shot in Death Valley. A lot of it shot at a place called Zabriskie Point in Death Valley. There's nudity in it. There's drugs. It's like the counterculture movement. It's like one of those. This movie defines that thing, but it's also a shitty movie. So, but I saw this at a record show used.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy it and I didn't, and I regretted it. And as soon as I saw it again as in a reissue, I thought, you know what, now's when you get this, because I really, if you're a huge Floyd fan, and to me Floyd, that's probably my all-time favorite band. And if
you think so?
If you're one of those guys,
More than King Crimson?
probably more than King Crimson. Yeah. It hit me at a younger age, so it's more ingrained.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
more ingrained in me.
Okay. I've got one more that I
Okay.
picked up. This is what would be my big ticket item of the week. And this concludes a discography of mine that's been a little bit open for a little while. And that's my Genesis discography. Picked up Foxtrot. And that's the one I really didn't have. You've got Foxtrot, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is, where's this line? Their damn shit. It's the 4th one. It's 1972 on Charisma.
After Nursery Crime.
Yeah, it's right.
Nursery Crime's my favorite.
This is recorded right after they supported the tour for Nursery Crime.
I found a Facebook page of a guy that's just posted tons and tons of live performances of Genesis, especially during like that period.
Oh, wow.
Like Musical Box and just tons of really cool stuff of them performing on like
I think
some French TV show or something.
somebody wanted to leave before this. Hackett. It was Hackett because a lot of this stuff for this album was actually they began jamming and recording what would be part of what Steve Hackett's first album, The Acolyte. That material, and they ended up kind of just dropping it and doing some other shit. But he was so like burned out after the tour for Nursery Crime that he was like, "I'm going to leave the band."
Or it might have been Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
No, that was later.
Okay, but that was the one where it's pretty much the band
But
decided that was it.
this lineup, I mean, you're talking Peter Gabriel, Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford, Steve Hackett, Phil Collins. This is the meat of Genesis. I mean, for me, they all have their own little thing, but I think I'm missing one live album in that span. God, do I have every Genesis album? No, I don't have. I don't have from Genesis to Revolution.
Oh, I saw that this past week.
Really, the first one?
Yeah,
And I don't have Arco,
in Atlanta.
the one you have. That it was Genesis before Genesis. That band in Arco.
Oh, no. You're talking. No, that was a Phil Collins project. You're talking about Arc 3 or something like that.
Yeah. But anyhow, this is one that I think, except for one live album, concludes at least the Genesis albums I give a shit about.
Yeah.
I don't know what ones I would be missing. Even the ones that are not that great. I mean, I still have...
You have The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway?
Yep. Trick of the Tail, Foxtrot, Nursery Crime. I've got Selling England by the Pound. I don't think I have Selling England by the Pound.
I don't have from whatever the Revelation beginning. What's it
Genesis
called?
to Revelation.
Genesis to Revelation.
That's the first one.
But I do have an album called In the Beginning, and I think it's the same album, just reissued as by another company or something.
Huh.
So
Was that all the records you got?
that's all I got. Oh, I got one more thing.
Do one more thing.
When I think I got Zabrinsky Point in Asheville.
Okay.
When I took my kids' stuff to camp, I like to stop off in Asheville and hit Harvest Records and see what they've got going on. It's a great store in Asheville. Brian Eno spoke highly of it when he was there
that's
for
right.
Roguefest.
That's right.
But while I was checking out, I kind of did a 180 and I looked. They had a bunch of CDs, but on top of the CDs, they had some cassettes.
Oh.
And I thought, you know what? I think Mike Miller would appreciate this. So
Oh.
I got you Neil Hamburger
Oh shit!
on cassette.
What?
It's called Raw Hamburger. So
No way.
here, show that.
One of my favorite comedians.
And they had some other Neil Hamburger cassettes, by the way. If you're interested in going to Asheville and going to Harvest, you might want to do it now because I figured you'd appreciate Neil Hamburger on cassette.
Of course. Oh my God. That's amazing, right? Oh, dude. Which one is this?
I don't know.
Wow, this is incredible. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's big time meat right there.
That's what
You guys don't know Neil Hamburger, go look him up right now. I'll wait.
So his alter ego is that guy with Tim Heidecker at the movies.
No, that's his real. It's Greg Turkington.
I know, that's
yeah,
his
yeah.
real.
And if you've never seen, there's a movie out there called, what the shit is that called? Entertainer.
Oh, he
Or
plays.
The Entertainer.
Doesn't he play him?
No, he plays basically himself.
But isn't he in a movie where he plays like a fast food manager? In like some
I don't
more
know.
high-profile movie?
You should watch. You want an uncomfortable movie? Watch Entertainer.
Really?
It's the most uncomfortable thing you have seen since Gummo.
Oh.
But Gummo's funnier.
Ooh, I don't know if I can watch it.
It's not gross, but it just like makes you itch.
It was
Makes you want to take a shower.
He was Ant-Man. He was an Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. I never
Makes you
saw
want to
that.
take a shower.
Yeah, it makes you want to take a shower.
Okay.
You better make it a good shower, because I'm gonna come up after and see how clean you are. So that was our dig of the week.
That was our dig of the week.
Yeah, how about that shit?
I got no more to dig. No more to talk
We'll take a quick commercial break here, and I loaded up some commercials. Maybe I'll load up one more too. I'm gonna pick that on the fly right now. And just pick that, and I'm picking that too.
Jay Lee?
He better not have. Maybe his girls got here. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here with a brand new So to Speak and Chip Chat here on the one and only Grown Man Record Night. Your home of Friday night downstairs, period. Nuss.
Well, they came to New Texas from all across the galaxy. Some good, some bad, mostly bad. It was rough, really rough. I mean, they needed 1,000 lawmen. They got one. But you know, it was enough. You might have heard of him. Brave Star.
Brave Star, weekday mornings at 6:30 on TV 21.
Hey, you, listen here. I know you've been going to those burger places for lunch, and that ain't cool. You ain't been to Biscuitville for lunch. So the Big E's gonna have to club you. Ah, take it easy, man. I want you to try Biscuitville Steak Club. It's big, and it's tender, and it's loaded with lettuce, tomato, bacon, cheese, and pickle on a big old fluffy biscuit. And they have chicken and country ham clubs, too. And that's a whole lot better than some old burger. So come to Biscuitville, and everybody get clubbed. Oh.
Problem, Paige. I've got problem perspiration. The hotter it gets, the wetter I get. I spend all summer bathing in perspiration.
Dear dripping wet, take my advice and use Mitchum. It's one product specially made for problem perspiration. You'll be surprised how effective it is.
Dear Problem Page, Mitchum's changed my life. I can't believe it. I'm a new person.
Mitchum for problem perspiration.
What you wanna see? It's gotta be something great on TV. What you wanna see? You're gonna find it the way it should be. Just one look and you know it. The difference is here as we show it. American cable vision. What you wanna see? Shine, shine, shine. We got sparkle, we got shine. Fun, fun, fun. It's entertainment for everyone. Just one look and you know it. The difference is here as we show it. American cable vision. What you wanna see?
Hi, how are you? We're in Piper's Pit, and I can't believe it. I'm sitting here with the greatest wrestling manager of all time, Captain Lou Albano. And, Captain, I ain't never had nobody make no phone calls. What you doing, man? Who you talking to? The president? What you doing? Ooh, I can't hear you.
Roddy with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Action Hotline. Listening right here, talking about Roddy Piper.
Who?
Now, they're talking about Captain Lou Albano. They're talking about the Samoans.
Wait a second. What's the number? What's the number? Let me call the number.
Hi, how are you?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Grown Man Record Night, where your Friday night goes to die a slow, painful, rotten liver covered type death. And we're back here in the segment of the show where we like to talk about sodas and chips. And tonight we got a very special soda to talk about in Soda Speak. It's one of our good buddy Jeff, a good friend of the program.
Yeah.
A couple of times has brought us in the past a soda.
I got a shout out to Jeff for he's turned me onto a great Mexican place.
Yeah, that's right.
In East Winston. It's just like you don't go in and sit down to eat. You eat outside in the parking lot, but the food is incredible and they give you great portions.
You're a portion.
Street food.
Portion 944. So Jeff has been on the show a couple of times, and he's sent us a couple of times every time he goes back up to Baltimore.
He brought the Almond Smash.
Almond Smash.
You might remember
it's
Almond
Smash.
Smash.
It's from the brand
Great soda.
Suburban.
Great soda.
Can't find really shit about them on the internet, but this Almond Smash.
It's a Baltimore, Maryland thing.
Yeah, and even up there, it's become hard and rare to find it. You have to go to certain stores to get it even up there. But he said when he was a kid, it was all over the place. So it was like a red cream soda with a little almond on it, which was great. So this company Suburban, which does that, and he actually had an easier time finding this, I think, than that. They came up with this pineapple soda. Let's show this guy off before we pop it open. It's a pineapple soda from that same Suburban company.
You know, I always like the pineapple flavor Lifesaver.
Oh, it went black and white. Don't step on the cable, Jay. What are you doing?
The white one. Like the white, clear Lifesaver.
No, don't touch it.
It's supposed to be pineapple flavor.
Yeah. So anyhow, let's give this a go. I've been waiting on this. I didn't want to do it.
You can put it in my bowl.
You don't want to do that.
I do.
You want to carl it.
No.
Sake over there, Steve?
That's not enough.
That's too heavy for carling.
That's not enough of a gulp.
You don't know what I gulp.
You're not even going to get a good gulp.
Look at that gulping. Look at all that.
We'll make it full then.
Full bowl.
Full gulp. All right. So here goes the
Sayonara,
Suburban
motherfucker.
pineapple soda. Black and white. Oh my God. Are you standing on the cable, Jay?
That is good. It tastes like a Lifesaver. The pineapple one.
It does taste like a Lifesaver.
I love it.
It's good. Pretty sweet.
It's refreshing.
It is refreshing, although sweet. Let's see if we can tell anything. Summers, New York. Oh, I remember that now. So it's actually a New York soda. Is that upstate? Summers? S-O-M-E-R-S? Bottled under
You're
the
asking
authority.
the wrong guy.
Manufactured by a local independent bottler under the authority of Bottling Group LLC, Somers, New York. For customer comments or questions, please call. Get ready, folks. Write this down. I'm serious. Jay's laughing. I'm not fucking around. Write this down. Please call. Here comes the number. Get your pencil. 1-800-433-COLA. That's 1-800-443-COLA or 2652. Do me a favor, folks. Give these people a call. Tell them that you saw them. You saw their product reviewed on Grown Man Record Night, and you're interested in their product. If they had any literature.
Somers, New York is just right outside of New York City, north of New York City.
Okay.
You go up the 684.
So it's like if you're a New York City guy
in the area, take the 684 up to Somers.
In Chicago, you take the L. But no, call that number and tell them you saw it on an internet program, and maybe they'll send us money, and we'll send you a cut of that money. I won't really do that, Steve. We'll buy beer with it. But still, tell them you saw it on the show. What could it hurt you to do that? It ain't going to hurt you. Call that number. Pick up your telephone and call them. Tell them this is the show you saw it on, not some other show, this show. And they liked your pineapple soda. Quit fucking around. Send them a bunch of it or some money. If you don't, we'll... Nope. See? I almost crossed the line. And I called myself ahead of time, so I'm getting better about it. Mostly. Let's talk about potato chips, Steve. Now, Lay's has had this thing going on. I've had a couple people mention this to me.
The Frito-Lay company?
And I was like, no. They did this Frito-Lay thing recently. The Lay's brand, specifically.
Okay.
They've been doing this thing, and I wasn't aware of it because they didn't really promote it.
I wasn't aware of it either. They didn't promote it.
What they've been doing, it's called the...
They probably did a social media promote, like I could give a shit.
They call it the Passport of Flavor. Now, Passport of Flavor, they got these 4 new global flavors.
Global flavors.
And you can collect these miles that they offer, I guess by buying their products, you get miles.
Miles Standish?
If you collect these, the grand prize is a 1,600-mile trip around the world.
Is that like in one single flight?
1,600 miles.
Better cash in those vacation days. We're giving away one amazing journey around the world inspired by our global flavors. You'll be immersed in the cultures and cuisines of Brazil, Greece, India, and China for more than 2 weeks of travel with $1,000 to spend at each destination. What you do at every stop is up to you. And there's a link to, if you're interested, you can go to lays.com.
It says try out 4, and they only show 3 of them. What's their problem?
Because they're not showing the one it actually is?
Oh, okay.
All right. So here's 2 of the Passport of Flavors.
They got to work overtime to do that, because in this picture's got to be different.
Yeah.
They're spending more money.
Like we don't show morning promos in the morning.
I wouldn't do it that way.
You show morning promos in the evening.
I'd find out a way to get them all in there in one graphic.
Flip flop. Swip swap. So this one is a wavy chip.
What is that green one? It says piranha. Is that piranha flavor?
Piranha flavor. Now, if you remember the last time they did the the contest, there was a Iro flavor. This is a tzatziki, so I'm thinking it's going to be very similar.
You're going to taste the tzatziki sauce.
Yeah, cucumber.
Cucumber ranch without the ranch.
Ranchy. That's what I'm thinking. It's a
mayonnaise.
It's a nice ridge.
It's actually
chip.
What it is yogurt. Is what it is.
Don't figure out why I'm doing it.
No, it's tzatziki sauce is yogurt. Greek yogurt, by the way.
Gross.
Oh, good.
Tastes like John Stamos' pupils.
John Stamos' dad.
I don't like these because you said yogurt right when I took a bite of them.
This is yogurt.
John Stamos' dad's anal hair.
Crap.
All I taste is yogurt.
Crap. These are crap.
Oh, good.
Yogurt crap.
These are good. If you like gyros, you like tzatziki sauce, you're going to love
spoiled
And you have
yogurt.
a wavy chip also. That's a good thing. It's a good dip chip.
Black and white. Because Jay steps all over
Film
the
noir. Film noir.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't press it. Just
I'm not
fucking go.
changing it because the
Go
last
black
one
and-
get messed up.
Well, black and white, you get more definition. Look at all the fucking spice on that thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm afraid to say anything about it. We got one more we're going to want to try.
We're doing 2 chips tonight, folks.
Doing two chips tonight. This is the Chinese Szechuan chicken. I'm very interested about this. I know that
Szechuan chicken.
there's also a masala.
Is that one of those spicy flavors? They put the little red symbol by the menu item.
Does that say poblano for the green?
I don't know. I was asking you. It looks like some kind of a skewered item.
See if that says poblano.
No, it doesn't. It says
No?
Pikachu.
No.
Jay,
My Kingdom for a charged coupling device.
you know what that says, Jay? Let's just look it up. What the fuck?
No. Oh, I got it right here.
You know what it is? Why are you teasing us?
No, not the chicken masala.
No, the green one. That's what I was asking you earlier.
PKA-NNA.
What do you call this promotion?
Pikachu.
Lay what flavor? World
Oh, look, it's right here. There's masala, tzatziki, Szechuan chicken, picana,
What?
Brazilian.
Oh, okay. So it's that big rat that they have in Brazil.
Inappropriate.
Big rat.
Is that why the water turned green?
I don't know.
Because the bag's green. Okay. We're going to try the Szechuan chicken here.
That's somebody.
In black and white. For some fucking reason. Oh my God, it makes me so mad. I want to start screwing with it.
At least we have a signal, and it's not
The last time
Pachanga
the last time I
stuff.
touched it when it was black and white,
Yeah.
the computer crashed. Not the
Okay.
program, the computer.
Okay, let's not aggravate it then. So you liking these more?
Yep.
The Szechuan chicken. Szechuan chicken, you say?
Is it chicken? Look on the front.
Szechuan. Yes,
Yeah.
chicken.
So, pretty good.
It definitely tastes like Chinese, like takeout.
Very hard to pin down. It's definitely hard to pin down.
Not bad.
I'm not mad at it though.
No. It's got a little bit of spice.
Little spice, but almost void of flavor at times.
I don't mind that though.
No. It allows the potato to shine through, still providing a little bright ding on the back end of it. You know what I mean? Firm?
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. Damn straight. You got to keep your chip game sharp, man.
But I like this Greek chip.
Even when it's a product of film noir, you have to keep your chip game sharp. All right, we're going to wrap this bitch up.
Here, try this.
No.
No. Listen.
Nasty spoiled yogurt chips.
No, watch.
You suiciding.
Here, do that.
I don't know. You're suiciding.
Do that. Get the back end of one and the front end of the other.
Ooh, that's dirty, Steve.
Yep, except for all the spoiled yogurt all over it.
See, that's good.
It's better. Anyhow. And thanks everybody for joining us for the Grown Man Record Night. We had a good time this evening. But I do want to re-mention, we're launching this website. If you're interested in writing an article for us, you got something in the world of music or the world of records that you want to get out there and you don't know how to get it out there,
But you don't want to be paid for it?
write it. Yeah, of course not. I'll send you a sweatshirt. I won't send them a sweatshirt. You want, review a concert, review a movie,
Send them a gospel family singers album.
review a anything, man. You got something you want to put out there? Just holler at us.
You find a
and,
good curb, let us know.
A good curb. Hello. Let us know. And we'll put all this up on our website. And we want all of you guys, your friends in the program, we want you to be involved. And
Of course, the curbers could probably maybe bring some curbs to
we'll
the
get the
show.
curbers to review them. Even better. So anyhow, thanks for joining us at Grown Man Record Night. Be sure to check out our social media, the Facebook, the YouTubes, and all that jazz. And we'll be back here next week, hopefully, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, with a brand new episode.
Borscht. Our back to school version.
Or something. Hell, I don't know. I don't even know what time of the year it is. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for a brand new, all new special. Dick Gymnastics having Grown Man Record Night. We'll see you next time.
We'll take you out with some Caravan.
We love you, bros.
Love your bro.